Hey, welcome. What if I told you your next big business idea isn't some crazy, far off dream? What if it's literally hiding in plain sight? Maybe in your spare bedroom or a skill you've been working on for years? Well, today we're going to dive right into the Airbnb host's playbook.
So let's get right to it. What are we talking about here? Is it that empty space you have, or is it an unforgettable experience you can share with people? Because, on Airbnb, both of those can be a path to a pretty amazing business. So let's break down what that really means.
Okay, so you've basically got two main paths you can go down. On one hand, you've got short-term rentals. We'll call them STRs for short. That's your classic Airbnb stay, right? A place to crash. But on the other hand, you've got Airbnb experiences. And these are totally unique, host-led activities that are way more than just a place to sleep. Now, they seem really different, but you'll see the road to success, it's got some surprisingly similar turns. All right, let's jump into phase one, laying the foundation. And trust me on this, a 5-star rating, it doesn't start with fluffy towels. Nope, it starts with a rock-solid plan. Before you even think about hitting that list button, you've got to do your homework. So for anyone thinking about hosting a space, this is the first major fork in the road. The rookie mistake? Oh, it's so common. You find the perfect property and just assume, yeah, I can list this. Wrong. The pro move is digging into local regulations before you do anything else. We're talking zoning laws, permits, all those fun special taxes. Seriously, ignoring this step, it can turn your dream investment into a super expensive, totally useless property. Ouch. And that leads us right to the next point. Look, just because a town says, sure, you can have an Airbnb, it doesn't mean it's a gold mine. Listen to what STR expert Tony J. Robinson says. He wants to see at least 200 to 300 listings in a market before he even considers it. Why? Simple. It's proof of demand. A market with 0 Airbnbs might look like this wide open opportunity, but it's way more likely a huge red flag that either nobody wants to go there or the rules are secretly impossible. This brings us to maybe the biggest trap of all, falling in love with a property. It's so easy to do. But here's the deal. Rookies trust their gut. Pros, they trust the data. Period. Using tools to crunch the numbers on things like occupancy rates and how much money you could actually make, that's not optional. It's the only way you can be sure your investment is going to pay off. Okay, so let's switch gears to experiences for a second. If you want to host an activity, you can't just throw anything up there. Airbnb has this recipe, let's call it. Your idea has to stand on 3 pillars. First, expertise. What's your unique skill? Second, insider access. What can you offer that guests can't just find on their own? And third, connection. Creating a real, genuine human moment. So for insider access, think about it. It's not just a walking tour of a museum. No, it's getting into a local artist's private studio that nobody else gets to see. See the difference? And look, you don't need to have a PhD in your subject or anything, but you absolutely have to prove why you're the one to host this. It's not enough to just say, oh, I love painting. You have to explain why you. Why are you the perfect person to lead this? What's your story? What's your unique take on it? That is what gets you over the finish line and gets you approved. Okay, so you've done the hard part, you've done the research, you've validated your idea. Now for the fun stuff. Phase 2, crafting your listing. This is where we turn that solid plan into something guests can actually see, get excited about, and book. When it comes to a rental space, crafting your space is crafting your listing. And I love this point from superhost Sarah Karakian. It's all about the little practical details, like hooks, seriously. But really, think about who you want to host. Is it a digital nomad who would kill for a proper desk and fast Wi-Fi? Or is it a family who needs bunk beds and maybe some baby-proofing? Trying to please everyone is a recipe for disaster. Designing for a specific niche? That's how you win. Okay, now for experiences, you're about to face something I like to call the application gauntlet. And this number, 8 weeks, that is your biggest enemy. We're talking 8 weeks on average, just for Airbnb to even look at your application. The pressure is on because there's literally 0 room for error. And the stakes are so high. KRA from Wander and Thrive puts it perfectly. If you mess up, if your description isn't crystal clear, if anything is out of place, boom, they send it back. And guess what? You go straight to the back of that 8-week line all over again. You just have to get it right the first time. So what does getting it right even look like? Well, first you need a killer, action-packed title. Think Discover Hidden Street Art. not just art tour. Big difference. Second, you need a super clear start-to-finish itinerary. No, maybe we'll do this or that. No. Be specific. And finally, of course, amazing, high-quality photos that show people exactly what they're signing up for. All right, and that brings us to phase 3, running the show. Your listing is live, the bookings are starting to roll in. This, my friends, is where the rubber meets the road. It's the daily grind that separates the amateurs from the superhosts. For anyone hosting a rental, this question hits home, and it hits home fast. As you start getting more and more bookings, all those little manual tasks, messaging every guest, scheduling the cleaners, trying to figure out pricing, it can become a full-time job all by itself. I mean, it is the perfect recipe for burnout, and, you guessed it, mistakes. And we're talking about costly mistakes. Forgetting to schedule a clean? Yikes. Double booking a holiday weekend? Disaster. Taking too long to answer a guest's question? Frustrating. Not raising your prices when there's a huge event in town? You're leaving money on the table. See, these aren't just little headaches. They lead straight to bad reviews, and bad reviews can absolutely sink your business. So, what's the solution? 2 words: automation. This is the ultimate pro move. It's like giving yourself a superpower. Instead of you manually typing out every welcome message, software does it for you. Instead of worrying about double bookings, a channel manager syncs all your calendars instantly. You can even automatically ping your cleaning team and use dynamic pricing tools so your rates adjust all by themselves based on demand. Game changer. But here's where things get really interesting. It's a total flip of the coin. While your rental business thrives on smart systems, your experience thrives on the human touch. For an experience, automation is basically the enemy. Success is all about that personal engagement, remembering people's names, adding those small, thoughtful details, and creating the genuine connection that, let's be honest, a machine could never, ever replicate. All right, we're in the home stretch. Phase 4, marketing for bookings. Because let's face it, a beautiful space or a brilliant experience is completely worthless if nobody knows it exists. You have to get the word out. And let's start with the single most powerful marketing tool you have, your photos. This is huge. According to Airbnb's own data, just having professional photos can boost your earnings by up to 20%. Think about that, 20%. This isn't just some nice little extra, it's a direct investment in your bottom line. For both rentals and experiences, amazing photos are absolutely non-negotiable. And you can't just stop there. You've got to build your own brand outside of Airbnb. Use Instagram and TikTok to show off your awesome space or your cool activity. Build a simple direct booking website to save on those platform fees. Grab guest emails so you can market to them later. And hey, why not team up with local cafes or shops to cross-promote? The point is, don't just sit back and wait for Airbnb to bring you all your customers. Take control. You know, this quote from Eleanor Roosevelt just nails it, doesn't it? Learn from the mistakes of others. You can't live long enough to make them all yourself. And that's really what this is all about. Success on Airbnb isn't about being perfect and never making mistakes. It's about learning from all these common pitfalls in planning, in your listing, and how you run things and how you market, so you can build a strong, profitable business right from the get-go. So, that brings us right back to where we started. After going through the whole playbook, what's calling out to you? Is it that systematic, data-driven world of running a short-term rental? Or is it that super personal, passion-driven world of hosting an experience? The opportunity is sitting right there. The only question left is, which one are you going to unlock?